Jay, go ahead.
Hey, thanks very much. Cris, going into your first title defense, how does it feel to have an actual division around you and, opponents who have built up win streaks rather than just fighters brought in here and there, maybe from another weight class like the UFC did? And how important is that to your legacy?
For me, I always think in my mind, I'm number contender one always. I'm going to fight to get my title, and I always think this way. I think this way motivate me every time, every morning when I wake up, and I don't push too much pressure on me, and I think the pressure I put in the gym every day and be prepared for the day to fight.
You were keeping an eye on Sinead Kavanagh on her fight. She mentioned that she saw your name pop up in the YouTube prelims. Is that something you do? Have you been kind of scouting the rest of the division in Bellator?
I like to watch all the fights, and that make me very happy. Bellator have the full division, a lot of girls in my division. You just have to keep your eye on them and keep training.
Giancarlo?
Hi, Cris. Just I guess to follow up on that question, what have you seen out of the other women's fighters in Bellator?
No, the one thing that makes me really happy is the real 145 pound. I always fight for this. I always, the beginning of my career is I always believe in the 145 division, and it makes me very happy. Scott Coker is signing all the girls 145, and you're going to be great division, going to be great fights.
And I guess final question for me. Scott Coker has been open to working with other promotions, like we saw with Ryzen back in December. Is there a fight that you'd like to do over there? Like, is there an opponent there that would interest you?
This is very cool. I think I have a dream fight in Japan. I never have the opportunity to fight in Japan, and they opened the fight, girls fight over there like a couple of years. And for me, if I have the opportunity over there, for sure, this is one thing very nice Bellator does with another show. This is make the best fight, promote can do. Doesn't matter where it's at. This is very cool.
Gareth, go ahead.
Hi, Cris. How are you doing from London?
I'm great. Thank you.
Good. One shouldn't mention a lady's age, but you're 35. I think you can do it when someone's a fighter. Does it motivate you more that you're a target for everybody out there?
For me, I think I'm very stubborn, like for learning every day, and even if I win for a long time, I always like to learn if I get improve my game. And for me, I feel very blessed and be where I'm at, but it's a lot hard work. It's not just something happened the one day, but, a couple of years of working really hard and training, and just motivate to keep improve my game.
When I spoke to Scott Coker last time, and I spoke to him about this in Paris as well last weekend, they are open to you crossing over for a fight with Katie Taylor as well. Does that fire burn in you to go and have a boxing match with a big world champion in boxing?
For now, I'm focusing on Arlene Blanco, but everybody knows my dream. I would like to do one boxing fight, and I never choose my opponent. I'm gonna let it for my manager and Scott Coker decide this. But for me, I was gonna keep training. But for sure, Thursday, Arlene Blanco first.
John Eric.
Hi, Cris. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, I can.
Okay, Cris. So I know you're not looking past Arlene, but I wanted to just ask you a little bit about Julia Budd and Kat Zingano. They both had wins recently. Just what were your thoughts on them and what they've done recently?
No, I watched the fight. I think, Julia did great. She's got the win. And, Kat Zingano for a long time, she's the last fight she had, she's long time no fight. The last time she didn't have the opportunity to fight too much because they have a kick in the eyes. But, I'm happy that she's coming back and fighting, and she's a great opponent for Julia Budd.
Donna, go ahead.
Hi, Cris. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. I heard you talking about the potential of doing a boxing fight. I know you're very focused on Thursday night's bout, but has there ever been any discussions between your team and Eddie Hearn about potentially fighting Katie Taylor?
For now, I think we didn't talk to him, but I think maybe Scott Coker talked to him. But I always let these things. My manager, Adi Atari, talk to decide what's the next. But really, guys, I really would like you guys asking for me about Erling Blanco, about my next fight, because I'm really gonna answer about Erling Blanco. But for sure, it's my dream doing the boxing fight. If it be Katie Taylor, the next one, it's gonna be great. But for Fox now, Erling Blanco, I have to do one step each time.
Okay, speaking of Arlene Blanco and the division as a whole, do you believe that you are in the best 145-pound division in the world?
I know it's all the girls 145 pounds. I don't see another organization have all the 145 pounds. Maybe have 2 or 3, but here we have in Bellator all the girls.
You're a big favorite against Arlene Blanco. What have you been seeing in her game that makes you? What are you seeing in her game that you need to nullify to be able to get the win and defend your title for the first time?
No, I watched a couple fights of her. She's tough, and she likes to strike. She's have 2 times world champion boxing, and but it's MMA, mixed martial arts, and this is I like to do the mixed martial arts. It's gonna be a great fight.
Sorry for the technical difficulties on Steve Juin's question. Steve, would you mind asking again?
Sure. My first question for Cris was how the pandemic affected her training.
I need the answer again.
Yeah, because we didn't work at first.
For me, the beginner is very hard because I was doing my camps in South Africa too, and then I have the opportunity to go to South Africa. But I knew after Julia Budd, I would like to be focusing in boxing training, and I was really training boxing because I was thinking going to be the next boxing fight. But the pandemic delayed a little bit, but I knew I was going to fight MMA in October. I start training Kings MMA. It's like 2 miles from my house, and over there I have every week have a lot of fighters have a fight, and we continue train over there. And of course, you everybody get a test to get it clear for be safe and train. But I will keep training.
Thank you, Cris, and sorry you have to answer these twice. The other one that I asked was if you think Arlene Blanco is a really tough opponent coming in off 3 straight wins.
I think she's deserved to fight for the title. She's coming to good wins, and I believe if Scott Coker puts his fight with me, for sure it's a great match.
Santiago.
Hi, Cris. Greetings from Amsterdam. You've had such a beautiful career thus far, and when I see you fight, I can clearly see the best Cyborg is yet to come. Like, you are improving every fight. I really love that. The fans really want to see you fight against Kayla Harris. Is that a fight that you want to do in Bellator somewhere down the line?
I never choose my opponents. I always like to try be ready for everyone, and especially for now, we have to train and improve your game and be ready for anybody. All my career, I never choose my opponent. I always be ready and say yes.
Dan?
You can hear me all right?
Yes.
Hello?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, all right. Cris, how would you compare your professional happiness in Bellator compared to some of your more recent stints in other organizations, and how much perhaps does your relationship with Scott help?
The first thing, I think people can see how happy I am. I think people can see when follow me how I happy be with Bellator. The first thing for me, I really, the first thing in my life is respect, and respect and be healthy relationship with people around you. And work with Scott Coker in Bellator, for me, it is very nice. I worked with him before at the Strike Force. And when I start to work in Bellator, the first time I see everybody says, Cris, welcome home. Because, the most people here work at Bellator, work before in Strike Force. And I'm really happy to be here. People can see every day, how happy I am, and very excited and motivated to do every fight here.
Do you sense they value you more as a person and as a competitor than just another cog in the machine?
I feel like Scott Coker he's really appreciate every fighter. You didn't see him blame any fighter in the media. You don't see that. You don't see that and then try damage the brand fighters. It's a partnership. Both to work together. And this is the thing. If the fighters don't fight, the event don't happen. And because this is me with a partner, and this very nice work, Scott Coker. He's know this and he works very professionally.
Thank you.
Mark?
Thank you. Cris, the last couple of fights that you've had over the past couple of years, you went past the second round. You went to the later rounds as well. There was an expectation early on in your career that you would finish early. Can you tell me a little bit about, the idea of the division maybe catching up to you a little bit more, and that part of your game, the ability to go into the later rounds and to be able to train for that?
I don't know if I understand her question.
Your durability and the way you're able to go longer in fights.
Usually, every fight I always train for 6 rounds, and the whole my career I always fight for defend the title and for the title. If you think about it, I always the most fight in my career. I do 5 rounds in 5 minutes. I know the fights finish early, but I always prepare for 5 rounds. Usually I do 6 rounds or 7 rounds every time. For be prepared for every round and do better. And the one thing I have it's from me, genetic thing. When I start training, I'm getting better each round, better and better.
Yeah, and to follow up on that, the other part of the question was, do you feel that a lot of these fighters are starting to get a lot better and challenge you a little bit more inside the cage?
I respect all my opponents, and I know Women's MMA, it's a new sport, but now it started a lot of explosion everywhere. But the girls getting better, and you can see a lot of young kids training mixed martial arts, everything, and they just make me happy to see everyone training. You can see the girls fight and get excited and show a lot of improvement. And yes, this is very cool, and it's just gonna get better.
Gareth?
Yes, just carrying on that question, Cris, it's sad we haven't had a female journalist on the call yet. I hope we do. But you've been around 15 years in the sport. Is the interest now so much greater in women's MMA than you have ever known?
I feel very blessed to be here this moment, because I know when I started the beginning of my career, start training, don't have a lot of girls, don't have event, then they really would like to put the girls fighting. But I always believe, I was training for maybe one day I can have the opportunity to fight in a big event. And for now, you can see the people love to watch women's MMA, and this moment I can fight. I feel very blessed this opportunity, and I know after me is gonna have more and more, and they're gonna grow and grow. It's just make me really happy to be part of this story.
Do you think women get enough respect from largely a male audience and male journalists as well?
Yes, I believe you get respect. I think each time you get more respect when you see the nice fights the girls put together. And I believe the beginner we don't have the opportunity, but after we have the opportunity, we start show up and show the girls can fight. Now it's not about no respect. They don't have the opportunity.
We have time for a couple more. Nadira?
Hi, Cris. Big fan. I think you look beautiful.
Thank you.
As one of the most accomplished MMA athletes and champions of our time, how do you find yourself navigating continuously putting on these spectacular and dominant performances and also managing risk to make sure you come out as the winner?
I really love my job. I think the first thing I feel like when you love your job, you dedicate more you can. And I wake up in the morning ever happy, and I do my training every day. I try to do most training I can. I want to train more than my opponent. This is motivating me every morning, and of course all the love to my fans, and step in the octagon and show, hope for everyone, and see how hard till you get something. But if you continue discipline and training and believe yourself, have faith, for sure you're gonna get your blast. Just have to continue work hard.
Giancarlo?
Cris, just also to follow up on one of the previous questions, you're one of the most dominant fighters in the sport. Now with CBS Sports being involved with Bellator and the events showing there, how do you hope women's MMA will be, I guess, broadcasted or covered now that it's on CBS Sports?
I feel very honored to have the opportunity to open, the first event at the CBS Network, Sport Network, and I'm happy, for doing I just gonna do what I do always, do my best and make the people happy to watch it and make people excited and be the best Thursday night with Bellator.
Our last question comes from Lenny March.
How's it going, Cris? How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, so in this interview, a lot of people have talked about you going over to boxing and getting fighting Katie Taylor. But recently, you've said that you would like to get the cross-promotion fight with Amanda Nunes. Is that maybe a possibility in the future of cross-promotion between the Bellator and UFC?
The first thing when I talked to Scott Coker, I knew he can cross over. It can put Bellator fight to another event, and this is very cool. And the one I was over there, I was don't have the opportunity to give it the rematch. They want to give it the rematch. Maybe in the future, I think the best promoter is to make the best fight that the fans would like to watch. And I talked to Scott Coker and I said, Cris, I'm open for doing that. And let's see the other side would like to do. And just waiting, and see what's going to be the next for me. I just have to keep work hard and train and wait, see.
Yeah, but I don't want to keep you too long. Good luck this Thursday.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you for the time, Cris. Appreciate it. Good luck the rest of the week.
No problem. Thank you, guys.